Good morning, TCG sellers. Today I'm going to take a look at just show you how I do my pricing. Give you some hints of how you could use this method to kind of price in whatever strategy you want to use. Mine's pretty advanced, so probably won't be using it. Well, the one I'm testing anyway. I don't know if it'll work, but first off, I recommend if you're just selling a marketplace, or if you have the mass tool, the mass pricing tool, and you like that and it's automated, that's cool too. But this will be like a manual. It's pretty quick for me, but it's still a little manual. But yeah, if you just price at market, then I would just recommend in the pricing tab, just create filter to Pokemon or whatever set, and then use the marketplace pricing tool. If you haven't used that before, you just search. Let's say I want to update Pokemon, go to Pokemon, search, hit marketplace pricing tool, hit search results, hit update prices, and it'll set all your prices to market. I do not use market currently, so I'm not going to do that. What I'm going to do is I'm going to export from live. So export from live. This will give me a CSV file of all of my products I've ever sold on the platform, basically. So I'm going to open up that file in Excel. You could probably use Google Sheets or whatever the Mac one. I forgot what that one's called. But and this should work similar, but obviously like where you find things will be a little bit different. But hopefully this helps anyway. Okay, so first off, what I'm going to do is this is everything I've ever sold, even if I don't currently have inventory for it. So I'm just going to get rid. Well, we can price first, and then I'll show you how I can get rid of everything else. So here's like looking at this, looking at this file, looking at the rows. What you really care about is this O column. This is your price that you are setting for your products. But there are several other columns to kind of give you, some information to base your, column on. So if we just do, I'm gonna, highlight these columns and then format auto fit column width so I can kind of see what the names are, but so you can see a little bit easier. Okay, so this is the current market price of whatever's being sold here. Here's if it has a direct price, that's what the direct low will be. Low price with shipping, low price without shipping. There is something that you have to take into consideration with low price with shipping, low price without shipping. If someone is offering free shipping, it's free shipping at $5, right? So TCGplayer does take that into consideration and will add the $1.27 in this column. So if you look at, like, let's say this one right here, someone is selling this at a penny, but they have free shipping, so it's really $1.28. Now, once you get past $5, that will no longer be the case. So if I look for something that's above that, you can see now that $1.27 is not being added, and the TCG low price and the TCG low price with shipping matches. So just take that into consideration. If you use TCG low price, it'll automatically add the shipping to your price as well. But you may want to. So for me, what I'll do is for anything that would be less than $5 shipping, I'll use the TCG low without shipping, and then once it's over $5, I'll use the TCG low with shipping. That there's only one small case where that would matter, and that's if you have a low price listing that someone has a high it's a higher price card, and they're charging a lot for shipping. So let's say they're listing the lowest price card is $100 plus $19.99 shipping. Well, that's really $119.99 total price, right? So if I was trying to match that, I would want to list, since I offer free shipping, I would want to list at that 100 or $119.99 as well to match it. So I wouldn't want to list at the 100 because then it's $20 less. So it's kind of an edge case, but just to keep that in mind. Okay, so what I do is I'll look at this TCG marketplace price. So let me just go through some simple formulas, and then I'll apply mine, but to show you how this works. But so you have this stuff, information at your disposal. Let's say you just want to list at market price, just like basically match what the tool on the site would do. So you can do a simple formula where you set the equal sign and then equals and then click the I too. So I just want to equal whatever is in that field. And then that is, and if once you apply, and in Excel, once you apply it to one cell, you can just double click this little this little square in the bottom right corner, and boom, it'll update every single row in this table. So now all my prices match market. But that's not that's not that exciting, right? So let's say I want to do, I don't want to sell at market. I want to sell market plus 10%. So now I can do like I2 times 1.1. So that is going to give me 10% more than market price on everything. So now I can double click this. Now I'm selling a little bit higher than market. So you can't do that in the tool, right? Like on the website, right? You could probably do it with the mass pricing tool, but you have to be a pro for that. But now I have a little bit more of an advanced formula. But let's take that one step further. I don't want to just list at 10% over market, because sometimes there might be a high value card that the market price is lower, but everyone's bought it up, and like now the lowest listing is like $50 higher. And you want to match that lowest listing because you want to wait until someone's going to buy that card and you're going to get well above market price for it. So what I can do then is, like, now that I'm clicked on this, I see my formula up here in the bar. Let's say I want to do the max. So I want to take the max of whatever 10% above market is, or my TCG low with shipping, and then do that. So now what it'll do is it's going to give me whichever is higher. Either the TCG low with shipping or the TCG market player price. So, and then you could do something like, I want to be 1 penny less than TCG low. So then I can just do minus 0.01. Boom. Now I'm a penny less. So you see this $1.37, I'm $1.36. Now, in this case, this probably wouldn't be a good strategy on these low price cards because, like I said, the $1.27 is already added there. So I might want to just go off of the TCG low price. So if I want to update that, let's say I go L2 instead. Now I'm doing, now I'm doing the max of the TCG low price minus a penny or the market price, and plus 10%, whichever is higher. So in this instance, the market price is higher, since this is 21 cents and this is 1 cent. Okay. Then you can do special things, like let's say I want to do it by rarity or something like that. So I could say we can do a quick if let's say this column H2 equals near mint. And then, so you can see on here, value if true, value if false. I'm going to say, let's say I'm going to do market price times 10% if it's near mint. Otherwise, I'm going to just do market price or something like that. So now, one thing I will say is for hollow foils and stuff like that, you'll see this is Lorcana, but we can go down to Pokemon and see, but so the conditions might change. So you might want to do a starts with, and for things like that, I'll really use ChatGTP to give me good ideas on how to do a formula. So if you've never used it, it'll be really good at generating a formula. So let's say if I'm in here, ChatGTP, and I say write an Excel formula that that if column, and then you just look at column. So let's say I'm looking at condition column H. It starts with near mint. So I'm saying starts with near mint because now like every one of these and that is going to start with near mint, but then it might have some other stuff above it. So like I don't know what the starts with, like how to do that in Excel, let's say. Starts with near mint, use column, and then I'm going to say what I want it to actually output. So I want it to be market price, which is column I. Use column I times 1.1, or I could just say column I plus 10%. Otherwise, use column I and then just like say like okay. And then it'll write it for me. So now it's going to just check, hey, is the first, so what it did is like, hey, is the first 9 characters of this column near mint? Otherwise, now the only thing I will say is like, this is using the first row since it's H1, I1, and we're on the second row, so just take that in consideration. So when you, let's say if I'm pasting this in here, see how it came up. I wanna just update this to H2, I2, I2. So now if it's near mint, it'll be, so let's find something that's not near mint. So let's say moderate, well, let's do something that has a market price. Okay, so this is a lightly played foil. Boom, it's matching market price since it's not near mint. This is a near mint foil. Now it's, above, 10% above. So now you have like a little bit more of an advanced strategy. And then you can continue to iterate this on ChatGPT and say like, okay, now take this, or now take the max of this value or column, and what's the low price with shipping? Or let's just do low price without shipping, so L. So now I'm just telling it, hey, take this value or TCGplayer low, and it's updating the formula for me. So that makes it easy. You don't have to know Excel or how to write formulas. You can just kind of know that you need to, you just need to set the row properly after. And honestly, you could even tell, like, watch this. I mean, I could say, like, you don't even have to do what I'm doing. You can just say, hey, I'm starting on row 2. Boom. Now it updated it for me. So now I don't even have to change anything. So, right? So this is the max of, if it's near mint, market, otherwise it's not, and TCGplayer low. So it's going to take the max. And now I got, make sure you apply that to the right row, and then I'm just going to apply that across the board. Boom, and it's updated. So you can write, you can go wild with these formulas. You can do it based on condition, based on product line, and product line is what kind of I have set up right now. So here's the formula I'm currently using. And basically I'm pricing Pokemon and Pokemon Japan in a certain way, and then the rest of them in another way. So basically Magic, Yu-Gi-Oh!, Lorcana, Sorcery. I'm just taking the TCGplayer low with shipping or without shipping, whatever is more appropriate. But for Pokemon and Pokemon Japan, I'm taking kind of a formula where I'm applying based on the price of the card, applying a modifier to like raise the market value up higher as the price gets lower, and lower as the price gets higher. So like it's kind of something I just ran like a regression based on some of that information TCGplayer sent me of like how high you can list things and still sell it. So this is pretty advanced, but I'm just testing this out. I don't know if it works. I might switch back to just market 10% over market at some point if this doesn't pan out. But this is the current. So what I'll do is I'll just go in here. I'll apply my formula, hit enter, and then boom, apply it across the board. Now, one thing to note is, I'm sure there's going to be an instance of this for Pokemon anyway. Probably not these other ones since I'm doing TCGplayer low, but let's go down to Pokemon. Okay. See these? This does not look like a regular currency, right? It has a bunch of decimal places. You don't have to worry about that. You don't have to change these. You can have a bunch of decimal places. TCGplayer will just round it for you. So you can keep it how it is. You don't have to update it. You don't have to change the format. But like, so you can see like for a dollar card, I'm selling it at $1.40, which is like, well above market place price. And then like, as you get higher, well, this one's listed at TCGplayer low, but let's look for something that's a little bit higher. 23 to 29. You can see it starts to get a little bit lower. 40 to 48. Stuff like that. So, oops, Control Z. Did not mean to do that. All right, so once your prices look good, you probably don't want to. You could upload it just like this. Probably not necessary because it has a lot of stuff you're not currently selling. So what I'll do is I'll go to total quantity. I'll hit sort and filter and just hit filter. And then on this filter, I am just going to unselect, select all, and then select 0. And what that's going to do is it's going to give me everything that has a total quantity of 0, which means I don't have inventory currently for. And I'm just going to select this first row, scroll down, hold the shift button, select the last row, right click, delete row. That's going to wipe everything I'm not currently selling out of this file. That way I'm just uploading the stuff I currently have in stock, and that's a lot of rows, 69, the count is 175,000 rows of stuff that I'm not currently selling. So it might take a second to delete all these rows. But yeah, so that'll make the file much smaller. And then, so when you upload it, it processes it really fast. Like I said, you don't have to do that. But once you upload it, it'll just take a while for TCGplayer to process everything because it's going to actually update your marketplace price on everything that you've ever sold since you started. And obviously, my list might be bigger than someone's, or it might be much smaller. Like if you're selling a bunch of bulk on everything, I don't sell a lot of that, so you might have a much larger inventory. So okay, that's finished processing. Now I only have stuff I currently have in stock. Now there's one more thing you need to do, especially if you're using like some of these pricing strategies. Hey, sometimes they're not going to have low or TCG marketplace price or anything like that. So it's just going to come out to 0 typically for that. So what you want to do is filter on marketplace price. Again, select all to uncheck it and hit 0. Now that's going to give you everything that has no price. And you'll want to do that just to just get rid of these. Now you can manually price these. Like these are some of the listing with photos I have. Anything with a listing with photo is not gonna have prices. They don't put what the market prices of the stuff without photo. They just leave it 0 for you. So what I'll do is, since I already set these on the platform, I already have the pricing for them. I will just shift and select all of this and then delete these rows. That way I don't have to worry about it. Now, one other thing, like I guess for pricing, like you could set floor prices with this too. Like you could say, the max of let me actually just do that just to show you. So let's say if I want to do a floor price. Obviously I have my advanced one here, but let's say I want to do the max of 0.15, so like 15 cents or like 50 cents is my floor price. I'll just do a max of that, and then market price, let's say times 10%, so times 1.1, or TCGplayer low price. So now I'm doing like, I want to either list it at the lowest price or whatever's higher. The lowest price, market, 10% above market, or 50 cents. Like whatever, whichever one is higher. That means I now have a floor price of 50 cents. Because if anything is lower than that, so let's say if something, this one right here. So this one has a market price of 34 cents, low of 20 cents. It's floored at 50 cents now. So that's how you could set like, floor prices easily using this tool. So I'm going to go back to my formula. I'll put it in, and then I'm just going to apply it across the board. Okay. And then I'll save this. So Control S, or you can go File, or you can hit the Save button, however you want to save it. All right, close this out. I'll come back into my pricing tab, and then I'll do Import to Staged. Import to Stage, choose the file I just did, continue. There's 1,205 records, continue. Now, if you want to review this stuff, you can hit View Stage Inventory. At this point, it is in your staged inventory. If you're confident, you're ready to go, once you know this process works and you don't have to worry about it, you can just hit Move to Live. Move to Live will then immediately just throw all those changes into your live inventory. I'll hit View Stage just to show you what it looks like. So this is basically put all the changes I'm making into a staging environment. So it'll tell you, like, if I'm changing the quantities or changing the prices, it'll tell what the previous price was by what this live says. So right now I'm not changing any of these prices basically, and it's because I just ran this. So all of it's going to be the same, but you can kind of check around, make sure everything looks okay. Like, I have these Aerodactyl full arts, alt arts that, are $95, and I'm selling them for $118. So, you could check some of your higher value stuff. But once you're confident, like, okay, all this looks good, I'm not doing anything crazy, you can just hit Move to Live. And then my search results is going to do all of the products. If you just wanted to do what's on this page and do one page at a time, you can do this page. But hit my search results and Move to Live. It's going to then process that. I got 561 prices being updated, and now all of that is live and on and up for sale. So cool. That's it. What I'll do now is I'm just going to run through this, like how I would actually do this without talking, just to kind of time it, and to give you guys an idea of how long this would take. All right, so I'm going to go pricing, export from live, open. I'm going to go in, copy my formula, copy, go in here, paste it, apply it, filter, 0, select all, delete, wait for a minute. Until that's done. And this is the thing, like either you're waiting here or you're waiting in TCGplayer. So like either way, like if you just wanted to save this file and upload it at that point, you can do that too. I think this is kind of typically a little bit faster, but not much. So once that's done, and at this point, like if it's like sitting around for a second, I can go do something else while it's processing. But let's see. Alright, that's filtered. Select all again. What I'm going to do is go to unselect, do my zeros, select those, delete them. Alright, save this. Go into TCGplayer, import to staged. Import my file, got 1200 records, and then move to live. Boom. Alright, that's it. I have that's what I do every time I want to update my prices with my pricing strategy. Actually, let's just run through this like if I were not going to delete the rows, just to give you an idea what that would take. So export from live. It's downloading, updating. I have my handy dandy formula that I'm applying. Put it in there, apply it across the board, filter on zeros, and you don't even have to filter on zeros to be honest, because for the market price, because it'll just error on those, but again, like if you wanted to not do that. Okay, save. See, that was a little bit faster. And then go back, import to staged. But now my file is a lot bigger, so now you can see it's processing a bunch of records. And, you know, okay, so I must have missed one that was zeroed. So ignore. So this is what you can do if you just don't do that. You can just ignore errors and submit valid changes. And all right, so now I updated 14,000 prices. Boom. So up to you. Different strategies. This one might be a little bit faster than deleting all the zeros out. But that's it. Let me know if you have any questions. Be happy to answer them. Let me know what formulas you come up with for your pricing strategies. I'm really curious on how that's going to work for everyone. Thank you. Good luck selling.